Brought to you by CRY HAVOC.
SOG's armory is legendary in the world of special operations. At the time, its armory was the largest and most varied ever to be assembled for a single unit. The unit's mission required lethality and plausible deniability. That meant foreign weapons and other non-standard tools were necessary. Everything from World War II carryovers to cutting-edge weapons were at the disposal of SOG during the 8-year Secret War, because every mission, every man, and their survival demanded custom weaponry. My name is John Stryker Meyer. I served in MACV-SOG as a Green Beret for 19 months. Our topic today is the weapons of MACV-SOG.
Army Special Forces troops must know every part of every weapon used by our own ground troops, and in addition, must be able to operate and maintain many types common to overseas localities.
Until 1967, SOG teams did not carry any American-manufactured weapons in Malayas. By '67, however, America's time in Vietnam had made U.S. weapons common in Southeast Asia, permitting SOG to use them. The arsenal of a SOG team was dictated by the 1-0, the team leader. The Carr 15, or XM177E2, would be the definitive carbine of SOG, a true trademark. The Carr 15 features a reduced barrel length of 11.5 inches and an extended moderator muzzle device. The fixed stock of the M16 was also replaced with a two-position collapsible stock made from aluminum. These changes dramatically reduced the overall profile of the carbine, making it a desirable and preferred weapon of choice through the triple canopy in the Secret Wars. While the Carr 15 was incredibly dependable and a recon man's best friend, the 20-round magazines of the era still needed to be downloaded to 18 rounds to ensure reliability. 30-round magazines were rare and sometimes considered unreliable. Dick Thompson had one fall out on mission insertion. For survival, too fewer rounds beat your magazine failing to feed or falling out during a firefight. Canteen pouches and other modified gear would be leveraged to carry as many of the downloaded 20-round magazines as possible. A steady stream of fire was absolutely critical. Depending on mission parameters, water and food would even be sacrificed or limited to allow for the maximum quantity of magazines to be carried. Swedish K. Before 1967 and the transition to the Carr 15, a recon man's life was entrusted to the 9mm Swedish K submachine gun. SOG men were able to carry 12 36-round magazines as a standard load. With a folding stock and incredibly compact profile, the Swedish K is still hailed as one of the most reliable weapons available to SOG, with its only shortcoming being its diminutive 9mm cartridge and firing from an open bolt, making it easy to foul up. Other submachine guns and 9mm would find favor with SOG, such as the British SOE Sten gun, but in an auxiliary role. Quickly assembled, these simple and suppressed submachine guns could be carried in a rucksack to aid in prisoner snatches. SOG men carried Thompson machine guns occasionally, and years later, some carried Uzis. In addition, some SOG operators carried silenced pistols, such as the High Standard HD. The ultimate suppressed .22 pistol, a favorite of the OSS in World War II. Years later in the jungles of Vietnam, these whisper-quiet sidearms worked just as well. silencing tracking dogs or wounding an enemy soldier to take him prisoner.
Yeah, UVC. Huh? UVC?
After all, any SOG operator who brought home a prisoner was rewarded with a $100 bonus and 5 days of R&R anywhere in the world. Browning High Power. The Browning High Power would serve as a common sidearm to some SOG teams, with a critical 15 rounds of 9mm in each magazine. SOG found the pistol to be rugged, reliable, and an excellent candidate to support the Carr 15. In late 1968 or early 1969, a limited quantity of these pistols were sent away by SOG headquarters to be chrome-plated and encased in an electric blue velvet lined box. The silver pistol would be presented to men like John L. Plaster by Chief SOG in a ceremony as a quiet token and acknowledgement of his incredible deeds or dangerous missions. It is estimated only 40 to 50 of these pieces were awarded, and not a single example has yet made it to a museum. Personal weapons selection also included the Colt 1911, Walther P38, and other non-standard sidearms. Robert Graham even carried a bow and arrow on a mission in Cambodia alongside his Carr 15. And of course, when things went hot, there was nothing like being a mobile one-man artillery unit, and there was only one thing for that: M79 sawed-off 40mm, also known as Thumper. A few of these aided heavily in making a small team feel like a battalion to the enemy, with 10 to 20 rounds of high explosive ammunition, in addition to flechette and tear gas cartridges. Chopping down weapons and modifying them to suit the user was a common practice in SOG, with the sawed-off Soviet RPD light machine gun being one of the most iconic. After chopping the barrel, the overall length of the gun was roughly 31 inches and only weighed 12 pounds. Additional magazine belt links were added to increase capacity to 125 rounds, and linoleum was added to the magazine drum to dampen the rattle of linked ammunition. Soviet weapons like the AK-47 series, primarily AKMs, were also used by teams to confuse the enemy. The report of an AK and Carr 15 are dramatically different. Some teams would go as far as dressing their point man in captured NVA uniforms, while others opted to wear pith helmets. Of course, SOG's weaponry was as varied as the men in their missions. Eccentric and unexpected weapons were tested and fielded, aiding in the effort of plausible deniability and granting operators access to the most cutting-edge tools of the time. Sometimes that worked in their favor. Other times, oddities like the MBA Gyrojet rocket pistol, a sidearm that literally shoots rocket projectiles, were tested but had little confirmed use. At the end of the day, every weapon selected was a tool with one primary directive: survival of its user. A SOG man was a walking arsenal, prepared for whatever danger may come, fighting battles no one else knew of in places they were never supposed to be. Creature comforts like rain gear, hammocks, even food, and defensive implements like bulletproof vests and helmets were cast aside for more firepower. Survival hinged on skill, luck, the men beside you, and the trusty Carr 15.